Today's November 10th, 2016. Hey, John, did you see the Trumpster making a visit to the White House today?
You bet I did. And in fact, he left LaGuardia just after I arrived. So luckily I was not either diverted or delayed, but I guarantee you some folks were, Andrew, because they're already turning that into White House North, his place in Manhattan, until he moves in on the 20th of January. So wherever he goes, they block.
Yeah. I remember when they had the transition team for Obama here downtown at the Federal Building. Are they going to use the Trump Towers to transition? I know they used the Federal Building in Chicago because they had secure lines, et cetera, and they had the underground. It's a Federal Building. I wonder if Trump Tower is secure enough or something like that.
Don't know. They could. It's obviously where he lives right now, and it's going to be a difficult place to get in and out of. I guess if you're a resident, though, once they get rid of the protests, ultimately, you'll have one of the most private areas of all of Manhattan until he goes to the White House.
Yeah, it was interesting when he was meeting with Obama. He's like, "We've never met each other before." How bizarre is that? I mean, not that everybody gets to meet Obama, but it was kind of weird when he said, "We've never met before." It's got to be weird, huh?
I was watching and listening to that too.
And
yes,
actually,
sir.
the one reporter on CNN, confession, I was watching CNN, she said that she never knew if Donald Trump had ever even been to the White House before. I couldn't find it on Google. So if you're a listener, leave it in the comments. Had Donald Trump been to the White House before? I guess he has, right? Who knows?
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, well. So Amazon, Trumpster, says he's going to kill Jeff Bezos and hang him up in his petard.
He never said that.
Oh, he didn't say that? He said. I thought
No.
He said he was going to have mass summary executions of all FANG owners. FANG.
You would have thought so based on the move in the stock. I mean, take a look at some of those moves. Alphabet, for instance, with Sergey Brin and Larry Page, that one down from 810 a share, traded down to 768. That's a pretty big drop too. But Amazon, man, this was one you only get so many opportunities like this, Andrew. That's why I bought it. I bought Amazon, traded it today, and then I said, you know what? 200 days down around 700, I'm going to sell the puts because I think this is an overreaction. Stock closed last night at 778.84, traded down to 717. And so I said, mine, I'll do it. You know how everybody always says, Andrew, that, oh, yeah, well, I'd buy it on the dip. Well, that's always easier to say than to actually do.
I know. Trust me.
But as you and I know, sometimes you want to catch those falling knives.
You know, it's even harder.
Sometimes they pay off.
You know, it's even harder than buying on the dip. Selling on the rip. Which one's harder, do you think?
I'm good at selling on the rips. I wish I wasn't, because a lot of times I end up screwing myself up, Andrew. I get too greedy. Too quick.
I know. I sold some gold yesterday. I didn't sell enough of it, but, I'll hold on to it for a while. So Amazon's okay. I'll take a look at that. Now, the other one here, what's up with DRYS? This thing's doubled today.
Yeah, massive short squeeze.
DRYS.
Yep, dry ships. As the name implies, this is not a wet shipper. It's dry shipper. And wow, they just caught people napping in this name, Andrew, because any of the shorts that had worn out their stay, they're just getting their backsides handed to them. DRYS. Just pull up the volume numbers, tell you the story if you didn't already know it.
And there's no options.
This thing trades like 50,000 a day. It's traded 2 million so far today. It's up 170%, and go try to borrow it. So somebody is really putting a hurting on.
Now, when I see trades like this, I don't usually buy them, but on this case, I'm going to do a fake trade in that.
Fake trade.
A fake trade. I know. 1386, just to see how much I would make or lose. Because if these things could turn around in a heartbeat. Banking sector, I mean, really?
Really, really. And here's why. Let me see. So fixed income trading, for those that do that in the space, they would include Goldman, JP Morgan, Citigroup, Morgan Stanley. You know, fixed income trading, you just saw a 50 basis point move in the 10-year. So there's going to be massive trade, and these guys make bank on that. Then you're going to have more money for the deposited funds, right? Then I think, Andrew, you're going to see a rush of people to refi and or otherwise borrow money. Why? When the rates are going up? Because they're going up, because they're afraid they're going to miss it. So look for the next 2 weeks for there to be, you know, maybe not record, but huge jump. And again, that's going to be reflected next week's data and the week after that's data, not this week's data. But I think we'll see some massive loan growth over the next several months. And then you roll back parts of Dodd-Frank. You have a more business-friendly president, and wow.
Now we're talking about WFC, Wells Fargo, right?
Well, Wells Fargo is one that I own. This is one that when I pounded the table for it, you know, my friends, Stephanie Link and a couple others, were sitting there saying, "Oh no, John, I can't buy this one." And I said,
"Why?
Because of
because of the headline risk of them opening up fake accounts."
Yeah, they opened all these fake accounts, and I said, and I don't think the fines are over yet. And they said, and they're going to be going back before Congress. And I said, the damage was done when Stump went the first time before Congress.
And he retired, right? Didn't they fire him or whatever they call that?
Elizabeth Warren got what she wanted. It might be her, you know, last, you know, big flail in the Senate. But you know what? Stock, when I was doing it, Andrew, was $45. Dipped down to 44.5 or thereabouts, maybe 44. Today,
and drum roll,
to 52.
Drum roll,
52, baby.
Let's do the math. 45 to 52 is 7 points.
7 points, and the options dwarf that move.
Oh, I can see that. At Goldman Sachs story. What's everybody all happy about with that today?
You know, they're going to be tied in with any administration. They were big backers of Hillary. They're going to do just fine with Mr. Trump. He's done business with them forever. Hit a new 52-week high today, 204.50. It's up $11 right now, and they're going to get the benefit of, you know, relaxation of some Dodd-Frank as well. And like I say, fixed income trading and other trading that they do, as well as prop, they can do more than most banks. I think that's good news for Goldman Sachs. And traded it, but I'm not in it anymore.
Okay. You know what we should do? We should do, like, instead of that fake trade, actually do a real trade. And I do real trades all day. No. I get that. So do I. But I'm just saying we do a trade at the beginning of the podcast, and then we sell it at the end of the podcast. We take something like a go-go stock like DRYS, and then we close it out at the end of the podcast for either profit or loss. I know that's kind of stupid, but I don't know. I just thought I'd throw that out there. Anyway, we're going to get back to DRYS at the end, so don't go anywhere at the end. One last pick. You got STX. What's going on over there?
Seagate, just real quick, Seagate, we picked up unusual activity in here, very strong buying activity. These guys are, of course, solid-state drives. You know, it's a storage play, right? You need a terabyte of storage or something like that. These guys are your guys. Western Digital's in that space, too. We saw unusual volume in this one, and Pete and I both bought it today.
Okay, now, going back to that, you know, I have a hard drive on my desk for all the videos that I do, and it died, all right, and I can't fix it. So I've been looking online on YouTube, which has, this is how you fix it. So I've been watching all these videos. I can't fix it. The thing is hosed, right? It makes the click of death. So I've been going to the store and talking about, you know, why does this always happen to me? He goes, well, you got to get this, He goes, have you looked at solid state drives? I said, no. He goes, they don't crash. Guess how much they are?
How much?
A bunch. They're like,
oh, really? A
they're
solid-state drive is really expensive?
Well, that's just it. They're maybe like a terabyte's like, I don't know, under 100 or $50 regular world, like for whatever. And then a solid state's probably like 150, 200. I said, those things going to come down? He's like, yeah. And I've been eyeing them. Still a little bit expensive. I think 2 terabytes is probably 200. I mean, you get 6 terabytes on a regular Western Digital for like, $200. So they're probably double the price, but they never crash. So we'll see. And if that's the case, people are going to be dumping these other ones, and I will be buying solid state from going forward because I don't want to.
Much faster.
It's faster, but it's the reliability. There's no moving parts in them. So
right.
I'm not going to get the click.
Don't have that wand like on a record player.
Yeah, that's going to give me the click of death, like click, click, click. I'm still going to take it apart, though. I've already taken half of it apart. I'm like in the middle of it, but still can't get it to work. You know what I even did? I threw the hard drive in the freezer. There was a video online that's like, freeze it, see what happens. So I left it in the freezer overnight, and I turned it on, and it felt like it was going to go. And it didn't, so I was dead. Okay, so let's
Don't send him any more of those suggestions, folks.
I know. Here, let's go. Let's go back to our DRYS trade. So enough. This was a segment where I close out the fake DRYS trade. Yep. I'd be closing it out right now for a loss of. This is 1,000 shares.
A loss or a gain? You were selling it, weren't you?
Yeah, I was buying it.
Oh,
I was going long.
I was
going. Well, yeah, we could do that too. But okay, let's do the fake trade. So I fake trade bought 1,000 DRYS, right?
Oh, okay. So up 170%, you decided to go long that stock.
Just because, yeah.
Even though it's a fake trade.
It's a fake trade. So, yeah, exactly.
All right.
Okay. So
I was going to say, I thought you sold it, and I was going to say, you already have a 60-cent profit in it.
Well,
man.
Yeah. According to this trade monster, or excuse me, option house, I'm going to close it out at a $696 loss. It's all fake money, but I'm going to keep my fake trade on anyway. So in the time that we started this and to the time we ended this podcast, you could have made that or lost it. Actually, I was up there for $600 there for a minute, but that's just pure speculation and gambling, and nobody does that in the stock market, right?
No, why would they?
Yeah, of course, but that's just not right. Everybody's a solid state investor. All right, John.
Andrew, make sure you tell people to subscribe at iTunes.com or through YouTube. You can subscribe to the podcast. You get it every time we do it.
All right, man. Later.
Thank you.